Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you two of my favorite drugstore concealers. I'm pretty picky when it comes to concealer. It has to have good coverage, be kind of brightening, last throughout the day without caking or creasing, and I'm just pretty picky about my concealers. So I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys my two top favorite drugstore concealers and show you guys how they work on me. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay you guys, so I have my two favorite drugstore concealers here, and unintentionally they are both by Maybelline. I am extremely picky about my concealers. I don't like when they crease or clump up underneath my eyes, and these are the two drugstore concealers that I found that work really well for me. So I wanted to go ahead and share them with you guys. As you guys can see, I am not wearing any concealer underneath my eyes right now. I'm going to try one on one side and one on the other just so you guys can see the coverage and brightening effects and all of that fun stuff. So the first one that I have here is the Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in the shade 10 Light. This has been my go-to concealer for a long time, and I do try to get shades that are a little bit lighter than my skin tone just for that, you know, brightening effect. When I apply my concealer, I apply it in a elongated triangle down to the corner of my nose. I don't really know why, that's just how I do it. And I'm going to just blend it out with a sponge. A dampened sponge. This sponge is actually the Real Techniques, I forgot what it's called, but it is a Real Techniques sponge. So you guys can totally see the difference between the two eyes. This eye has no concealer at all, and then this one has the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in shade 10 Light. And you can see it just really brightens and conceals everything. And once you set it with powder, there is no problems with creasing or being cakey or anything like that, at least for me. So once I have blended the concealer out, I like to take my Airspun powder, which is almost gone. If you guys know where I can find this Airspun loose powder, please let me know, because I've been looking everywhere for it and I cannot find it. I just keep the sponge in the container, which is probably not a good idea, but that's what I do. It's really messy, and just like to pat on there to make sure there's no creasing, and then pack that powder on. So I'm just gonna let that powder sit there and just let it kind of take in all of that. And then I'm going to go on to the next concealer on this eye that has nothing. So this is the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade 10 Fair. They're both number 10. I did not realize that till just now. So I'm just really going to take this on my under eye area. I feel like this one is a little bit lighter, but that's totally fine. Again, I'm going to take my sponge and just kind of blend it in. And again, you can totally see that the coverage on this is really good. You can't see the dark circle under my eyes or anything. I'm going to do the same thing with the setting powder and just kind of pack it on there to prevent any creasing or smudging or anything like that. And just going to let this sit for a minute. I'm going to sweep it off in a second and I'll show you guys the end result. Okay, so it's been sitting for a second. I'm just going to go ahead and sweep it off with a large brush. Nothing too dense, because if there is something that's still damp, you don't want it to like smear around or anything. And then with the excess powder, I just kind of buff it all over my face. So here's a little close-up action of my under eye area. You can see that they're both pretty well covered. I did not do any more than one layer of concealer on each eye. This one is a little bit more of a lighter shade on me, so it did look a little bit brighter, but they both concealed really well. And like I said, they wear really well throughout the day. They don't cake or crease or anything like that when you set it with a powder. And these have just been my favorite concealers for a while now. This one is more new, but I've been using this one for a long time and I love them both. Sometimes I'll even wear this one first and then add a little bit of this one on top to brighten it up a little bit. But yeah, these are my two favorite drugstore concealers. Like I said, I'm pretty picky and I found that these ones work really well. So if you're looking for one, I would totally check these out. And if you guys have a favorite drugstore concealer, go ahead and tell me what that is down below, because I am totally willing to try out new concealers and I'm curious to know what you guys like from the drugstore. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you'd like to see more of my favorite drugstore products. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will be seeing you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.